Sean and Brad as they talk about sports and share a beer. From the east coast of Canada to the west coast of the United States. Over to you, boys.
Everybody, what's happening? What's good with you? Live and in your ear, Guys Beer Sports. I am Brad from the west coast of the United States, and Sean, my partner in crime from Toronto. Sean, good morning, good afternoon.
Morning, Brad. Man, how you doing out there?
Well, it's
all
springtime.
quiet?
So, yeah, it's springtime, so it feels like we've got snow and rain and wind and sun, so it's a good time.
Got it going on. Well, here in Toronto,
we're not sunny like you are with your suns out, guns out.
Well, here in Toronto, it's playoff season. We got two teams that are going in there. We talked a lot about the Leafs last episode, and not to give them any love, they're doing their thing. But I really wanted to be talking about the NBA play-ins, and the Raptors' first game is coming today. But the NBA play-ins, what a turn of events this has been. I mean, you have a look. Sorry, I'm all over the place today, Brad. I'm quite tired coming off a night shift. Want to talk about the play-ins. We're gonna get into like other stuff there as well. But yeah, let's just jump into these play-ins. Oh my gosh.
So folks, if you're tracking at home, we're going to talk play-ins. We'll talk a little NHL, whatever wild conspiracy theory Sean has in his one-on-one question, or just whatever one-on-one question Sean has. I'll rebuttal, and then, we'll get on the road. So thanks for sticking with us. We appreciate you. We're feeling the love lately, and thanks. Sean,
we appreciate it.
Tell me how you feel about the play-ins.
Man,
Well, I guess first let's start here. Are you pro plan or are you anti plan?
You know what? I don't even know what to say there. I think the teams that deserve to be there are in there. You know what I mean?
But they wouldn't have been if it wasn't a plan. And I've been pretty, vocal here. Like I feel like the March Madness NCAA men's tournament is the best thing going in sports, and the play-in gives us some of that. Like it's fun. One game, winner goes home.
Oh, it's
the
crazy.
I mean, you got the Pelicans who wouldn't have been in the playoffs, right? And here they are. That game was phenomenal with their comeback over the Raptors.
The Raptors.
The Clippers. Same thing, whatever.
But here's the thing.
The Lakers. Gosh dang, I'm all over the place too today. You rubbed off on me.
It's arguable with the Pelicans. It really is, because they were an 8th seed.
Were they?
Yeah, they were an 8th seed.
Were they the 8th seed or were they the 9th seed?
They were the 8th seed. So, I mean, if you want to go with that, well, it's weird, though. They say that they're an 8th, but really when you look at it, you look at the record of the Clippers. That makes no sense. Yeah. They would have been
seed now.
Absolutely. They are now, but they were, what am I talking about? They were 9th seed. You're absolutely correct. They were 9th seed, and they ousted the Clippers. You're absolutely correct. Which, I mean,
I think 7-8 was Minnesota and the Clippers.
Yes, you're absolutely
and
correct.
The Clippers lost to Minnesota, which put Minnesota in as a 7, and the Clippers had a chance to come back and get it, and they
Yeah. You're absolutely correct. This is my tired self talking there, and I'm looking at the win-loss, and I'm like, wait a second.
Yes. You're looking at the now stats, not the other stats.
Exactly. But you know what? Here's the thing, though, is that the play-ins, I mean, the Cavaliers could be crying as well, right? I mean, they were 8th seed, ousted by the Atlanta Hawks. That's exactly it.
They were playing who's going to get swept by the Heat, really? You think either one of those teams has a shot to beat the Heat in the first round? Heat. Man, what a terrible slogan that is, right? We're talking about stupid slogans teams have.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, you won the right. I mean, the same thing with the Pelicans. You won the right to face the Suns.
Yeah.
Like, if this is going to be a quick series,
Always be complaining, right? I mean, you should have been in. The Pelicans, at least they're going to get a playoff check now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And my guy is CJ McCollum, made the playoffs all 9 years of his NBA career.
Jonas Valanciunas back in there, going to be taking on his old Well, no, he's taking on the Suns. The Timberwolves is taking on the Grizzlies. But, Valanciunas on the Pelicans. The interesting thing, though, Zion Williamson not playing, Kawhi Leonard not playing, Paul George tests positive for COVID.
How do you test positive for COVID in this day and age?
I don't know.
Come on, Paul. Bring it up, Paul.
Like, I'm there going to myself, like, this is a win or get in or win or one and done. And, you had nobody out there. And, I guess it deserved to fall the way it did. But if I was Cleveland in the play-ins, I think I'd be more upset because you had to me, they had all the pieces, but Trae Young was just too much for them.
Ice Trae. You gotta love it.
What did he drop? 36? He dropped 36 and it's crazy. So say what you will. The thing is, though, is that
he had a big game against Charlotte too to get there. Like that's the thing about it. That's what's beautiful about the game, these games, right? Is you'd be a 10 seed, but you can put 2 games together and get in the playoffs. That's cool. Who knows what happens? We're not far away from seeing an 8 seed upset a 1 seed again. Yeah.
Which in hockey, that's happened.
Well, yeah. There's more parity. There's more parity in hockey than there is.
It absolutely is. The thing is, though, like they're already talking about, well, look at how well the NBA players are doing for television. Hockey's thinking about adopting something like that, and I'm like, don't do it.
Please don't do that.
Yeah. It's like you don't need that. You don't need it.
I would like if they did it. If the NBA adopted a rule that would have a plan. If they were within 2 games of each other, I think that's fun.
Yeah,
I don't want to see a plan of a team in a 10 seed that's 5 games back or 7 games back. Like screw those guys.
Why exactly? Yeah,
dumb. I think if your records are close, you should have a plan.
Yeah,
right. Especially over 82 games. If you can get within 2 games, like let's have a plan. Let's see what's what. But 5 games, 7 games, Zach, pass.
And still, it's the. Like I said, Atlanta's won the right to face off against the Heat. And
did you say that or I say that?
You said it originally. Yeah, I'm just parroting you right now, but it's true. And you got
like we said.
Yeah, we and then we got what is it? The Suns against the Pelicans, which come on, that's just going to
be a bloodbath.
Yeah, so congratulations, I guess. Very good.
It's still a playoff team. It's good. It's good.
But there are some legit matchups when I'm looking at this, like Timberwolves Grizzlies. I would never thought the Grizzlies. I would have thought it'd been other way around. The Timberwolves being home. You know what I mean? But this season it was all Grizzlies.
So good, man.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a great series. Jazz and the Mavericks. What a great series in the first round. Like there's a lot of good first round. Look at the Nuggets and the Warriors.
Yeah.
Nets and the Celtics. Oh my goodness. That's a play-in team. And to me, they're favorites, the Nets. I don't know. Am I wrong? I don't know. It's going to be a fight.
Either. It depends, I guess, on what Brooklyn gets from Kyrie in Boston. I don't feel like he really ever plays well there. And then additionally, they're saying now Ben Simmons will play games 3, 4, and 5 in Brooklyn, which feels weird to me. Like something's up that he wouldn't start the series in. I don't know why he wouldn't.
So have you noticed something since that trade? All I hear is about is James Harden. I haven't heard who from Ben Simmons. Like where's he been? Is he on vacation?
He's been stretching his back on the sideline. It's an interesting year for that.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens if the Pelicans bring Zion Williams back. It says that maybe, Zion and his crew feel differently about it than the Pelicans do, and that's an interesting thing too. But I watched him do a 360 dunk in warm-up, so I can't feel like he's too terribly far away from being able to play.
Yeah.
Why don't you just let him play against the Suns and see what you get? Maybe get lightning in a bottle, knock off a 1 seed. Who knows? Maybe not. Zion Williams, maybe he's not a game changer like that, but maybe he is. It's the same thing with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons changes the complexity of the.
Oh, for the Nets, absolutely. You have all of a sudden a second weapon that's out there.
Well,
it makes a difference.
I think the hardest part of the Celtics Nets series is how Brooklyn decides they're going to defend Jason Tatum.
Yes.
Jason Tatum's under. You know who can do it really well? Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I agree because Ben Simmons is a very big point guard.
He's as big as Tatum, right? They're
That's
both
exactly
6'10"
it.
dudes, super long.
Yeah. Like
right, you just stick him there.
That's it.
You know, let them boys go. See what happens. It'll be interesting to see how it comes together.
Bulls Bucks. Oh, dude, that's a great series there as well.
Series too.
But the one that, of course, I'm cheering for, the one, we the Six, we the North, Toronto Raptors.
Is that a Scotty Barnes jersey?
No, it is not. This is Fred VanVleet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wichita State Shockers fame.
That's right, man. So the Raptors against the 76ers, bro. So here's the thing. On what's that show that Shaq's on there?
Inside the NBA on TNT.
Yeah.
One of the greatest shows ever.
Yeah, that's it. So how is it that Shaq is the only one that doesn't have a clue on that show?
You don't watch that show if that's what you think.
He doesn't have a clue.
Charles Barkley is famous. Like if Charles says they're going to win, they lose. So,
but that's the thing, though, is that Charles Barkley actually made more sense in this with Kenny the Jet than Shaq.
Even a trash can gets a steak every once in a while.
Like Shaquille O'Neal predicted that the Raptors are going to get swept by Philadelphia, and Kenny had to tell him, "Have you watched the Raptors?" And Barkley's there going, "No way." No, they're saying it's going to be tough. They're saying it's probably still going to be follow Philly's way. But the thing is, though, is that this is did you see the betting lines? Is the longer that the series goes, it's plus 150 for the Raptors, negative 150. I mean, it's a coin flip. It really is. And this guy shows up, Big Aristotle, Flat Earth Jack.
Dr. Aristotle.
Coming on out here to say they're going to get swept. And the thing is, I respect Shaq.
Shaq's not a flat earth guy.
Hey, he was a flat earth guy.
No, Kyrie's a flat earth guy.
Yeah. They were like tag teaming that. Yeah. It was like,
I never heard Shaq say flat earth. It wouldn't surprise me. Everything he touches, he flattens. So it makes sense.
Maybe that's what he meant. I respect the guy. And I understand he's got to take with the point. Maybe they were told beforehand, right? You're going to say no, and you're going to say yes, and you're going to say yes. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows how that works? The politics and that. But the thing is,
I don't. On that show, it doesn't work like that. I see it works that way most everywhere else, but those guys are just them unvarnished selves, and it's worked very well. That might be my favorite show on television.
There you go. Well, it was surprising. It was shocking. It was hurtful. Because just like, nobody gives Toronto love. Nobody gives Toronto love.
The other way, it was hurtful for you, which then makes it shocking so you can respond to it.
Nah.
Because here's the real question, Sean. Joel Embiid is maybe the MVP. He averages 30 points a game. I was
looking at that. Yeah.
Bunch of rebounds.
Yes, 2,047.
Monster.
Yeah, 2,047 points, Right. Slightly behind on the rebounds and the assists against Jokic. Yeah,
but still just, So what I want to know is who in Toronto is going to slow that train down?
Who has been? That would be 6'10", 220-pound Chris Boucher. That guy has been there.
Isn't he a goalie for somebody?
No. Just because he has a French last name doesn't mean he was,
Is there a goalie named Boucher?
Might be somewhere.
Bobby
Boucher. Bobby Boucher. There must be a Boucher somewhere.
Right. Bobby Boucher played on that hockey team in Louisiana. That's
Listen. That team, the Raptors, okay, who are you looking at here? You're looking at Joel Embiid. You're looking at James Harden. Who else they got there? They got Danny Green. It's a good team. But now let's look on the flip side. You got Pascal Siakam. You got Freddie VanVleet. You got Gary Trent Jr. You got Scotty Barnes. And you probably have the most cerebral coach in all of the NBA in Nick Nurse.
I'm glad you brought up the Nurse.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the rumor that the Lakers are in play?
I knew, man, I didn't want to mention this, and I figured that you were going to bring this up.
I let you bring it up.
No, I'm telling you right now. Yeah. In a roundabout way, you just found your opening. Very good. Listen, it doesn't surprise me because the Lakers have all sorts of problems. When you have that much talent and you can't get it on board, you know that there's a coaching problem. You know what I mean? It's no longer a player issue. You have to be able to make these guys gel. Of course, they'd be looking at Nick Nurse. Why wouldn't you? He's probably the best head coach in all the NBA right now. But I don't want him to leave Toronto. Look what he's done with this team. This team was not supposed to make it anywhere, and we're in 5th seed. So I think that people might not be looking at our GM too hard either. You know what I mean? Because he might be doing some backdoor deal in there with Nick in order to keep him here. Because that's a piece that you don't want to lose, especially when you have young players that are coming up. And honestly, that's why, like, you know, a guy like Fred VanVleet, a guy like Gary Trent Jr., a guy like Scotty Barnes are developing the way that they have. It's because of a Nick Nurse. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't even shock me if he were to leave. But I'm just saying, don't count Toronto up. don't do that, because we got a crafty GM. He knows what he's doing. You know, I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think that the smoke, if there's fire, you think it's going to happen? Can't happen till the end of the offseason.
I think that it matters where, well, maybe not. I mean, the Lakers don't even have a first-round pick until 2024, 25. Yeah. Why would you do it? I don't see it happening, but just because he's still under contract and the workings that have to go into that, I don't know how LA pays for it. You know that the 2 LA market NBA teams spent $450 million, including luxury tax payments this year, and neither one of them made the playoffs.
That is crazy. No, I know. That is something to like.
And it's also like the first time, I think, I'm going to miss this. This is going to be terrible. It's the first time since the late 80s that neither the Spurs nor the Lakers are in the playoffs.
That is, you know what? That's an amazing, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Because the Spurs haven't been great the last 2 years, but we cannot forget about how at least dominant in the regular season those guys were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they have titles, legit titles.
Yep.
I don't know. Have you been watching the HBO Winning Time?
I have not.
Me neither. Me neither. Yeah, me neither. But I think I'm going to – you said you don't like the Lakers? Anything to do with it? Including a TV show talking about Magic Johnson? And
it hasn't made it on my list.
It's hit my radar. I will say that.
I've seen it. I've considered watching it a couple of times, but that doesn't mean that I watched it.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, Nick Nurse stays. Why tarnish your legacy by going over to the Lakers?
Well, but it's LA, right?
It's true. It's Tinseltown, you know. But I don't know.
Look at what happened with that coach from Oklahoma. Why can't I think of what his name is right now? It's gosh darn, I can see his face. He wears a stupid visor. Anyway, I'll come back to this in a second. It's even longer than that. It's the first time the Lakers or Spurs haven't been in the playoffs in the same season for the first time since the ABA merger.
Are you kidding me?
That's
insane.
I knew it was a long time. It was longer than I even said.
So that's insane. That's a crazy stat. Man. It's like this other stat I just heard the other day. Just jumping a little bit there over to NHL. But the Florida Panthers in one season has beaten 27 teams on their home ice this season.
Oh. Lincoln Riley is the coach I'm thinking of.
Oh,
and he left OU and a good thing to go. I kept wanting to call him Lane Kiffin because they're both dumb. But anyway, he left to be the coach at USC. Has made a bunch of money. Go Google his house if you want to see how silly it could be in Los Angeles. The deal is also crazy. Like he has the USC plane at his beck and call 24 hours a day if he wants it for him and his family to use for personal getaways. So anyway.
Interesting.
Good for Lincoln Riley.
Man. Yeah, man, I'm expecting these playoffs to be very exciting. I'm actually stoked to be watching all these games, like having followed this season pretty regularly.
Yeah, it's a good year for basketball playoffs.
Yeah, like it to me, it was a good year for basketball overall.
Well,
And,
normally when you get in like the 1-8 and 2-7 games are pretty terrible, but in the East,
yeah,
that
as to be
2-7
expected.
is the Celtics in the Nets. That's a good series.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Minnesota and Memphis.
Yeah,
is the 2-7.
That's exactly it. That's also a good one as well. So I mean, it's just the 1-8s. The 1-8s are
always
they
rough.
look like that looks terrible. But Grizzly, Timberwolves, and the Nets and the Celtics, those look good, and every other series looks good. So I mean, it's going to be interesting, and anything could happen. I don't know if the Bucks are able to repeat. I don't think so. Unless, of course, they're just resting and just
They have to find
bananas.
they just have to find another gear if they're going to be good. They haven't. So I mean, they might be able to kick it in. They haven't been. So
yeah. It's
we'll see. They're either tired or they're resting, and we'll find out.
And what's the Nuggets going to do against Golden State? I mean, okay, so
Nothing.
The Nuggets are missing our Canadian there.
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, Jamal Murray, and the Warriors. Isn't Steph Curry coming back? Steph Curry's
back.
Coming
Yeah,
back.
they're going to be at full strength, and the Nuggets are not.
So to me, I mean, I think the Warriors. I think Jokic is going to do some stuff in the series.
I think if you find a sweep, I think you find it there. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so sad to say that because the thing is that if you do have a healthy Jamal Murray, I think that's a lot better of a series. That's a really good series.
It's a way different series.
Yeah. So I mean, it's interesting. It's
You're
shaping
missing
up
your
really
all-star
nice.
point guard for the entire year, and you still finished in the 6th seed.
Yeah,
you're doing real good things. It's a good team, but they haven't had Michael Porter Jr. be healthy.
You got a legit center. Like there's hardly any big men that play the game like that.
Yeah, I can think of 2.
What, Rudy Gobert and who else?
No, I don't think Rudy's on that level. He's offensively, he's not. Defensively, he's a stud. But offensively, it's the Joker and it's Embiid.
Oh, Joel Embiid. Yeah. I'll go with that too. Yeah.
Otherwise,
as far as big men,
Bam in Miami's pretty good, right?
Yeah, but he's not putting up those numbers.
But he's not that traditional big man either, though. Really, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's more of a stretch 4.
Yeah.
And then, Boston doesn't have one. Milwaukee doesn't have one. Toronto doesn't have one. The Bulls don't. Brooklyn doesn't.
It's just like they just fit in here. You know what I mean? But that seems to be the new way of the NBA. There's no real legitimate big man anymore. It's just kind of like you just play that role. You play that role.
Yep.
So when you see but when you see a Rudy Gobert or you see a Jokic or you see a Joel Embiid, and they're playing to that level, it's nice to see. It is.
It's fun. Makes the game
absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Playoffs looking good. Yeah, that's right, Brad. Flex it.
I said a little itch. I wouldn't.
You didn't put anything on that? So as I said, what a season here. Did you have a look at this? Like, the Panthers have went on a 9-game winning streak. They're 10 points ahead of the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs
10 points, huh?
Yeah, Maple Leafs has 102 points. It's them and the Rangers up there. After that's the Hurricanes, Panthers, and the Avalanche, who's running away with it right now. They're just 2 points ahead of Florida. Florida is playing otherworldly hockey. The Leafs just handed Washington a spanking.
Who?
The Leafs.
Exactly.
The Leafs right now, they're firing on all cylinders. It's scary to watch. So here's the thing about the Leafs. They lose to lower, like teams that are below their caliber, and teams that are at their caliber, like playoff teams, they are just punishing them. So what is to be done with this team? Austin Matthews, I'm just going to touch on this quickly. We just talked about it. He reached 58 goals right now. It's not done yet. He's at 101 points. There's only 3 Maple Leafs to ever make that list. And that's Daryl Sittler. That's Dougie Gilmour. He did it twice. And now this man here, Austin
he's the
Matthews,
third to do it.
The third to do it. He's probably going to own all the records as a Maple Leaf because right now Matt Sundin is the all-time scorer, all time. And
what's his contract still?
He's still under contract, and the thing is that I just don't see him leaving. Like they're not going to let a talent like that just leave. You know what I mean? Like they're going to try to offer him because he's such a talent. You know.
Where's he from?
From Phoenix, Arizona. Can you believe that? Like, if you want, like he's he's amazing. Forget about just American player. He's an amazing player. He's doing amazing things. People are talking about this like 60-goal season.
So you guys are right now. So when we last talked, you were up against the Bruins, but now it looks like you're slated to hit the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is probably
that's a terrible matchup for you.
Yeah, no. I mean, we've been spanking Tampa this season because Tampa's not been Tampa. You know what I mean? But postseason Tampa, who knows? They could be just playing possum just to get to the postseason. All bets are off at the postseason. So the playoffs. And
it feels like they made a little run up the standings the last couple of weeks, so you'd feel like maybe they're getting ramped up.
Yeah, but they had to play us twice. We beat them twice. We have to play them again. We're going to beat them again. It's just the way it is.
I mean, it's hard to beat a team 3 times, but
it is. But when you got firepower that's happening right now, like, did you realize? I mean, right now there's guys that have hat tricks every different night of the week.
Yeah,
it's crazy hockey right now. And the big question was the goaltending. But with the addition of Mark Giordano, this team looks solidified. And now Jake Muzzin.
You are welcome.
Yeah. It's going to be a great playoff season again coming. Their records are being broken all over the place. So many 100-point seasons.
Why do you think the records are getting blown out like this?
I think that they're playing an 82-game season, had a full camp, and they're just are playing. Like, you know, I think that Canadian division brought out some stuff with some of these Canadian teams, and everybody playing each other in that one division. I think it just made it a lot more open because now you're not seeing that same team, so that it's just like, you know what I mean? Like you're able to then bring out other stuff. It's been a great season. I mean, honestly, NBA, NHL, fantastic seasons going down. We're so blessed to be able to see this.
One time, my Kraken aren't as bad as the Arizona Coyotes, though.
Oh no, Coyotes are terrible. Yeah.
Oh, and the Montreal Canadiens are even worse.
Yes, they're terrible.
Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah, right. They're absolutely terrible.
They went from first to worst, huh?
Yeah. Well, buddy, I guess we're down to that time of the show that we're into our. Excuse me, that's my sleep talk there. We're into our one-on-one question.
Let's get there.
You know? So I got a one-on-one question for you.
You know?
And have you ever heard of the name Mike Bossy?
Mike Bossy?
Yes.
No. Should I have?
Probably not. You're not a big NHL guy. Let me educate you.
I'm a big guy, but not an NHL guy.
Yeah. Let me educate you on Mike Bossy. Mike Bossy just passed away due to lung cancer.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. He played for the Rangers, maybe?
The Islanders.
Same thing, right?
No.
Same city, bro.
Same city, but the Islanders are the last natural.
Give me some love on knowing the city.
I'll give you that. The Islanders are the last dynasty. Official dynasty. If you want to look at dynasties, 4 in a row.
Okay.
Mike Bossy played 10 seasons in the NHL. Had to give up hockey due to back spasms, back pains. Guess how many goals that guy had in 10 seasons?
1,000.
Dude, come on. Wayne Gretzky holds a record at 894.
Oh, I didn't know. 740.
Come on. 10 seasons.
Is it too high, too low?
Yeah, it's way too high. Especially when I'm telling you that 50 goals is a big mark.
Oh, I was thinking points. Sorry. I was confused at how you guys put those things together. I just think of scoring plays as points, not as this other backward ass scoring system you have to put into play here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Okay. I'll stop. 476.
Better guess. 504. and 78 goals in 10 seasons.
Oh, so he averaged
57.8 per season.
Pretty good. How many points did he average?
You know,
it should just be 57.8, Sean. That's how it should be. We don't put like rebounds and freaking points together or assists and points. That's silly. Well,
you're hilarious right now. You're killing me. So the man
half an assist for a guy that passed the ball to the guy that passed the ball.
You're killing me here. So we're looking at
you got half a passing yard if you blocked real good. Like what? I mean, it's silly.
In 752 games played, he had 1,126 points.
Oh.
This guy never got the silver stick. 1,000 games played. You know.
Yep.
He played 752. Had to give it up. 500. You know, he was the top rookie. He was the first rookie to score 50 goals. Top rookie until Timo Solani broke that record. This guy would probably hold the record for most goals if he was able to keep playing. Had to give it up after a decade. He has the highest goal to game ratio in all the NHL, 0.76. And it's a loss. It's a loss for the hockey world that he passed away so young, 65, of lung cancer. But I'm glad that people are talking about him today because that's how amazing he was. That's how amazing he was. So that was my one-on-one question to you. Do you have one for me?
I do. I'm waiting for the blanket thief here. We bought a new blanket, and it's the winner of the wins.
It's so warm.
So apparently I hit it too long. Bye, Coco. Thanks for stopping by, girl. I appreciate you. What would be the one commercial jingle that always gets stuck in your head for no reason?
You know what? Right, lately, it's that one that I think has come from the pit of hell. Cars for Kids. I don't even want to sing it. That'll be in my head all day.
Don't.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, thanks.
It's in your head now. Don't. 1-8. Okay, that's enough.
Really, the first time this question's ever backfired on me. Was my favorite segment, but not today. Not today.
Well, I think this wraps up another great episode in the bow. I think we covered a lot here with the playoffs coming in. It's always a treat.
Fun time to be a sports fan, right? It's got playoffs, a couple different sports, opening seasons in Major League Baseball. I'm actually headed to the home opener for the Mariners today, so that'll be fun for all. So there's a buzz in the city. Seattle is a great sports city when there's a buzz. I'll say that. We might be some fair weather fans when we're not good, but man, if there's a buzz about the team, there's no waiting to see if they're good. We're in until they're not good. So
I'm looking forward to next month. Seattle, Toronto. Great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another sweep coming your way. Until next time, kids, be good or be good at it.
Righto.
You've listened to the podcast, but now it's time to visit us in our virtual sports bar. Get all of our info at guysbeersports.com, where you can find all the ways to connect with us. Watch for live conversations with Brad and Sean that happen throughout the week, and join in with your favorite local beer. You can share your thoughts in the conversation comments with your own uploaded videos, or even join us as a guest live commentator. The GBS Virtual Sports Bar is open for business. Come on in, boys and girls.